Yo, what up, y'all? Welcome to Hip Hop Now Reviews. I am your host, Vegas. Follow me on Twitter at VegasWorldINC. Like the Facebook page, facebook.com/hip hop right now. Welcome to the Dungeons of Rap. This is just my garage. But, grimy video, you know what I'm saying? The grimy background, you know what I'm saying? With the old games, only built for Cuban links in the background. But I want to talk about VH1's television movie, The Breaks. It's about three young people trying to make their break in the music industry in different ways via hip hop in the 1990s. 1990 in particular. It's one guy who works at a radio station, another guy who's a producer, and a young lady who's trying to become an executive in the music industry. Overall, I thought it was cool. It was a TV movie. Like, now, granted, I'm the type of dude, like, I watch plenty of sports. You know, I watch a couple of shows here and there, DVR everything. I DVR this. But, you know, I haven't watched, like, a television movie in, like, a long time. Like, nah, I didn't watch TLC and Whitney and Aaliyah. I didn't watch none of that. I had no time. But, I thought it was cool, but I had some reservations. So, let's start with the producer dude. Like, you know, here's this producer and he's played by Mack Wilds, if you remember, Michael from The Wire. He's basically trying to get on. He got his man who looked like Jay-Z back in the days. You know, I guess he's whack, or he's not really feeling him, and he's trying to push this artist, but the record labels are like, it sucks, this, that, and the third, or whatever. Method Man is his father, which I thought Method Man did a good job, both of them also playing off of each other. Their scenes were excellent together. And, you know, he's looking for a doper artist, and he winds up finding a dope artist in this one dude who happens to be heavily involved in the streets. Now, I'll say this, like, this part of the show probably piqued my interest the most, only because, you know, someone who was an artist, someone who, you know, really has insight into that part of the creative process when it comes to making music. You know, I was more into it. And the build-up was crazy. Like, you know, Mack Wilds goes to I don't know, I can't remember the character's name, but he goes to the projects or whatever, trying to find, like, yo, who's dope? I used to live around here, you know, who's dope, this and that. He hears about this one dude, goes to a club where dudes are battling. Now, I'll say this, right? I kind of knew who it was going to be, because there's this dude with this crazy scar across his face that they show kind of early on, and I knew he was going to play a role. Didn't realize he was going to be the rapper of this movie until, you know, he showed up at the club to battle next. Now, the dude he was battling, I thought was actually better. But what I had to tell myself was, well, this is the 1990s. Like, this is 1990. And the dude who he's battling kind of reminds me of maybe like 96, the way he was flowing and all of that. Whereas the main rapper Thug dude, he kind of sound like real early 90s. Like, he reminded me of Onyx, but not so animated. What I didn't really like was, I thought the dude who played the rapper, right? I thought he was good as the thug drug dealer. I thought he was really good as a thug drug dealer. Like, he got the dangerous across. Like, you know, he had this crazy big scar. And then it looked like, I don't know if he had contacts in, but his eyes looked black. So I was into that. Like, I wanted to see more of that side, the thug side. But then when he started rhyming, it was like he was almost a different person. You know what I'm saying? Like, he all of a sudden became corny. But I think the thing with me is, I think back to those early 90s, and hip hop was different. And it's different to go back and listen to the records. But when you go back, and if you can be transported back in time and you actually there you realize, that's how people used to rhyme. Say he was a street dude and he'd come in and start rhyming in a way that seemed like it almost contradicted his personality. But I thought, the producer side and Mack Wilds and the rhyming, with this thug rapper dude, I thought it was cool. I don't know, it was okay, but let's get to the other people, right? Now they have the other guy who works at the radio station. He works at a radio station. They don't want to play rap. They're just totally against it. He's just like, rap is, everybody playing Hammer, this, that, and the third. His program director's like, we're not going to play rap at all. I thought that part was cool also. The only problem with it is the fact that by the end of the movie, it went nowhere. Like, everybody else kind of was fulfilled in whatever they were doing or had some sort of conclusion to their storylines, whereas his began very interesting and kind of just ended where it's just like he's just unemployed. And I know I'm running through it, but I just want to get to my overall. And then there's the young lady who, is coming from school and just trying to get in the record industry, and she, her being diligent is what gets her, her, not start, but her big start in at this record label with record owner Wood Harris. I can't remember his character's name either. I just thought overall, let's just talk overall. I just thought the acting was decent. I thought, like, as far as being authentic to 90s hip hop, 1990s, like early 90s hip hop, it was somewhat authentic, but I felt at times it was reaching a little bit, like it was trying really hard to be like, yo, remember this? Remember these headphones? Remember, oh, look, it's Chuck Chilla. Oh, remember bootleg CDs? Oh, look who's selling them. Prince Paul. Like, you know what I'm saying? I felt like a lot of it was on the nose, but it's a TV movie. What can you expect? And I just felt like overall it had a message that wasn't fulfilled basically at the end, because when you look at Mack Wilds' character with the rapper is, you don't see him get a record deal. You just see, Wood Harris saying, yo, we need to call him and bring him over. Like, it was basically very telegraphed towards the end, where if you're looking at the producer and the rapper who come together in this odd way or whatever, make some magic. The producer happens to be friends with the girl who works at the record label, who then came up to the point where she's the assistant of the owner, so she can get it heard, and that label needs something new and fresh. You know what I'm saying? Now, I thought with the dude that worked at the radio station, they were going to eventually be like, okay, let's sign Rapper Thug Dude. Let's sign the producer to this label. So boom, boom, that's two characters taken care of. And now let's put it on this dude's radio station to get it heard and it blow up. End the story. That's not how it played out. It basically ended with, that moment that Wood Harris hears the music being played in the club. And he's like, yo, tell your rapper to call me. And I guess it's just up to us to assume that, Money got the rapper got the record deal, producer got what he wanted. The lady, the young lady or whatever got what she wanted as far as breaking the artist and doing what she wanted to do in this music industry. And her boyfriend, who was the guy who worked at the radio station, watched it all happen, and he's unemployed and living off his father. I don't know. But it was cool. I can't say I'd watch it again. There were parts of it that was charming, but overall, the breaks, VH1's movie about hip hop in 1990s was a decent watch. And if there's anything, and this is how I'm going to end these off, if there's anything I would take away from watching this, and I think you should take away, whether you be young or old, you lived during that time or you never known, and this is your first exposure to what it was like in the 90s. I feel like it was kind of dope in the sense that the message is something that when you relate it to today, it's kind of sad in a way because the message is hip hop is this thing that's blowing up and people are taking it seriously and it has to sell. And right now, the only one who's selling is Hammer. And if you're not making Hammer, you know what I'm saying, you're not doing what you got to do. Is hip hop is not trying to go pop. We're trying to make something real. And I think that's dope because it just shows you where it came from. Like when you think about a lot of things that people say, you know, as you get older, or like if you're a younger dude and the older person's like, oh, you should go and vote because we walked so you could vote. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like they're lying, but this is one of those things where, you know, the old rap heads are like, yo, okay, you can have your trap, you can mumble your words, just have a message. Now you see where they're coming from. They're coming from a time where music in hip hop mostly had messages, and it was a struggle to get it heard, period. Not just the message, but just to get it heard, period, because it was rap. And there became a time where, you know, that people were successful. Rap artists were successful at having a message, and not just a positive message, just something to say. You know what I'm saying? And were successful at it. So when you look at that and contrast it with today, you know, it's kind of like that drive has been lost. You know what I'm saying? That this producer who's trying to make something dope. Because that's the one thing in this whole movie that's the theme is, you know, everybody's love for hip hop and everybody just wants something dope. You know what I'm saying? Something really good, something potent. You know what I'm saying? So The Breaks, VH1's television movie was cool, I guess. We'll see what else happens, but follow me on Twitter at VegasWorldINC, Facebook.com/hiphop right now. Hit the like button, you know what I'm saying? And yo, man, just tune in to Hip Hop Now podcast, SoundCloud.com, iTunes, all of that, man. You know what I'm saying? And stay tuned for more videos. I don't know if we're going to keep this dungeon format. I thought it was kind of cool when I looked at it, so this is what we're going to do for this video. Because, you know what I'm saying, it's early 90s. Got the hoodie, got the, you know, the fitted. It's actually cold in my garage, but you know I'm doing it. Peace.